So my name is Sophie Borgne and I am leading our water and environment practice at Schneider Electric. So in Schneider Electric we have identified 6 strategic industry segments where we want to have an impact. Water is one of them. I'm running this global practice as a way to steer our strategy in water and develop specific technologies to actually solve the biggest issues or the biggest stakes around water.
Yes, and we're always excited about how the technology is allowing us to do that. And so what is it that we need to know? Specifically, we're at WEFTEC. What is it that we need to know that y'all are presenting here?
Well, we are presenting the full Schneider portfolio, which is based on, I think, 3 pillars. One pillar is around energy management. That's where we get our name from, Schneider Electric. And actually, energy is important for water. Energy costs are about 1/3 of the operating cost of a water infrastructure. And our expertise on how to deal with energy resilience, but energy efficiency can have an impact in the water sector. The second part of the portfolio that we have here is about industrial automation. How do we control the pumps, the valves, the different assets that are running water plants and water network? And here we have as well some breaking innovation when it comes to open software-defined automation. And by opening the automation layer, we allow our water customer to get easier access to their data, to be able to interoperate a lot of the heterogeneous systems that they have. And the third layer of offering that is visible on all the screens here is about software. We have been very active in developing our software portfolio in the last decade, and we have water-specific software to decrease water leakage. That is one of the big topics in water, and or optimize desalination plants, in particular energy-wise, because the energy cost linked to desalination is high. So we are really putting all our expertise into the software, leveraging machine learning, AI, etc., to tackle the issues that the water world is facing.
Well, I know that you just came from Climate Week too. Tell me about that. How was it?
Well, it was energizing, and I am actually very optimistic to see water getting higher up on the agenda of Climate Week on top of energy. So I did kind of a water drag, joined several events around water. What was super interesting was to see all the different actors of the water ecosystem around the same table to look for collective actions to address water issues. So we had the financial world, technology provider as Schneider Electric. A lot of industries are taking very ambitious water journey to decrease the water footprint of their industries, and obviously water utilities running the water networks.
Yeah, so it was so great to have everybody kind of come together in New York. I was actually in Houston, but they had a Houston Energy and Climate Week, which was amazing. Really just bringing people in that actually care, that can actually provide a solution. And so thank you for sharing that with us. I wanted to meet you. I was very fascinated. Any type, there's a woman in management. I want to hear from you. I want to know and kind of understand how, your success and how women in industry can get ahead. Not necessarily doing anything differently, but I just appreciate the time, the actual coffee chat, if you will, with you. One of the great things that I did in my hometown, we brought in 3 women leaders from our town, and I sat down to interview them before they got on a panel. And I said, I just want them to feel like they're sitting and having a coffee chat, you know, with you, like bring me into the living room. What is that for you? I mean, people have already told me that you're very open, outgoing, and able to easy to connect with. How do you feel like you are successful in this business?
Well, you know, I've been working in Schneider Electric for 24 years now, and I never felt that being a woman was making me any different, and I always felt value for what I had to bring to the conversation, and yeah, probably a different perspective, but a different perspective that is brought by what makes me myself. But it's there are not so many women in industry in general. Yes, absolutely.
But do you think that being able to come to the table like that with no, restriction, no limiting beliefs, allows you to be able to really be that person for somebody else, right? So you're building a teams,
Yeah.
all kinds of diverse teams, but you're able to just come in there with kind of no limiting beliefs. Okay, let's get to work. Let's go to get the work done, right?
Let's get the work done. And my experience is that if you have diverse opinions, diverse perspective around the table, the conversation is going to be way richer, and the solution you come up with are going to be more efficient than anything you could think about on your own.
Yes.
So yes, I make a point of building diverse teams for this diversity of opinion and thinking that are contributing to building the best possible solution. I am as well pretty active on spending time with high school kids, and talking about my job as an engineer or working, they can see that I'm a woman and I'm working in industry, and that can happen.
Yeah, it is great. I mean, I think it's very important that we do that.
Yes.
So I also have a company, Empowering Women in Industry, where we have a conference, and one of the ladies there, she came to our first conference, and now she has her own charity that she goes out into the schools, middle schoolers, and just introduce them to the world of industry. So I appreciate that and the work that you're doing there. I think it's so important, and to know, hey, when we don't have those limiting beliefs, we don't put that on people, then they can thrive in industry. So there's a lot there, I know, but I loved your energy. I saw your posts from Climate Week, and then you've got a lot going on here at Schneider too, and they've always been such a great partner of ours. So tell me a little bit about this City of Conroe. I know this is very exciting for you. So just how I know it's a case study, but just how that developed and how important it is for, I guess, being here.
Yeah. Well, actually, City of Conroe is one of our customer, or I was about to say partner, more than customer. And they are, City of Conroe is one of the fastest growing city population-wise. And they have, like a lot of other cities, aging infrastructure. So they have this challenge of building 4 new water towers every year while trying to make the most of their current infrastructure.
That's a lot. 4 per year?
Yeah,
okay.
That's a lot. And they have this very, a lot of water utilities, highly heterogeneous system where every time they bought a new pump, it came with a different kind of automation system, etc. And it was actually pretty funny. I was there 2 weeks ago, and their head of operation was saying that until deploying our technology, their main alarm system was actually the customer service line ringing, saying, hey, we're out of water, which
yeah, we don't want that. We do not want that. Yes.
And that was part of the trigger to have them think about investing in upgrading their infrastructure. Their initial belief was that, okay, that's going to take a huge amount of money and a very long time because we need to get rid of a lot of things to upgrade. And actually, our technology is not invasive. You can put it on top of your existing system, which was, I think, making the difference with Conroe. So we have deployed that together pretty quickly because we are deploying on 19 plants in a matter of months. And integrating all that in one single pane of glass so that they have an overview, they have a cockpit now, they stop driving blind, which is making a big difference. So they can actually dispatch their operator to where it's needed, and the operator knows in advance what to expect, how to prepare, and this is making their operation way more efficient. The other thing that's making a difference is that our software-defined automation system is made to be understood by process engineers. So you don't need to be an automation expert to make sense of what you see. It's all built from a process perspective, so you actually see if you have an issue with your pump, with your valves, with your levels of pressure. So it's
very easy,
very
user.
to use.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So I asked you this earlier, but I want to ask you one more time. Like your background getting into the water industry. Why water? So I'm just curious.
Yeah. I told you I've been with Schneider for 24 years in a lot of different roles, in a lot of different places. And I was, in the last 10 years, I was more on the innovation side, leading development
next?
teams
Yes.
with thousands of engineers really working on our technology, technologies that were deployed across a lot of different segments. And what motivated me to take this water role was actually after having seen a lot of different pieces of Schneider, to bring it all together as one set of capabilities, but to actually address very specific issues. Technology is fantastic. You can do a lot of things. Everything is possible with technology. So let's work on what are the problems worth tackling, where can we make a difference, and how do we apply this fantastic catalog of technology to very specific issues. And water has very specific issues. How do we tackle the leaks, which is a big issue? How do we work on the emissions from the water sector? How do we facilitate the speed of investment? There is one data point that I find both fascinating and scary.
Right.
By 2030, which is not far away, the water demand is going to exceed the available water supply by 40%. That's a huge gap.
Yes.
That's a huge gap.
Yes.
And that's tomorrow. So we have to do something about it. We have to do something about it, and it's going to be a mix of, well, getting more of our current infrastructure. The average level of leaks is 30%. So if you can close that gap, that's somehow building new capability. But we need to invest in new infrastructure as well, and we need to do both at the same time. And we need to do it now.
Yes.
So what was very positive at Climate Week was to see the awareness that water is a topic that needs to address. We have, I'm not sure if you have seen that, we have published a paper last week. We made a research on the US water market, and we have 75 of our respondent business leader municipalities that have identified water as the number one risk for their infrastructure above anything else.
Yep.
Say, okay, there is awareness, that's good news, right?
Yes.
However, when you go to what are you going to do about it, do you have a line on your 2026 budget to address that risk? Only 1 out of 10 have a line on their 2026 budget to address it. So this gap between strategy and execution is big.
Yes.
It's urgent to close that gap. And we are here as a technology provider to take our share in this collective action to close that gap because we have no choice.
That's right. That's right. As a human race, we have to work together for the good of the world.
Right, but water is as well fueling the economy and the industry.
Yes.
So we all want all the new semiconductor factory in the US to be fully operating. We want the new data center to be running so that they can run the fantastic AI solution to decrease the water leaks. We all want the food and bev companies to be able to run. So we need water to fuel the US economy. And that's not granted.
That is so true.
Considering the current trajectory, so we need to do something about it.
Yes, and we can only do that by bringing our innovative minds together, which you are a part of and you are doing. So I won't keep any more of your time, but I really appreciate you taking a moment of this busy WEFTEC week to talk with us. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Very nice meeting you.